Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's update on potential tropical cyclone 1. So, potential tropical cyclone 1 is situated over the west central Gulf of Mexico, and as of 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Tuesday, June 18th, potential tropical cyclone 1 has maximum sustained winds of 35 knots and 40 miles per hour, a minimum central pressure of 999 millibars, and is moving north-northwest at 6 miles per hour. Taking a look at the National Hurricane Center's cone for potential tropical cyclone 1, potential tropical cyclone 1 is expected to make landfall in northeastern Mexico around 1 a.m. Thursday morning as a tropical storm, and then move inland and dissipate as a tropical depression by 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time Thursday afternoon in central Mexico. We have a large wind field with the system with tropical storm force winds extending about 300 to 400 miles to the north, northwest, and northeast of the center, and we have tropical storm warnings in effect from Tampico, Mexico, through Brownsville, Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas, Matagorda Bay, all the way through just southwest of Galveston Bay in the blue shaded areas. Taking a look at our interactive cone from Radar Omega, as we go into 1 a.m. tonight, we're looking at a 40-mile-per-hour potential tropical cyclone with gusts up to 50 miles per hour, and potential tropical cyclone 1 is expected to begin to move to the west to the overnight tonight, and then going into 1 p.m. tomorrow Central Time, 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the west, 60-mile-per-hour gusts, and then as we see landfall on Thursday morning, 1 a.m., Central Time, looking at a 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm with 60-mile-per-hour gusts and westerly movement making landfall north of Tampico, Mexico. And then as we go into 1 p.m. Thursday, looking at 35-mile-per-hour tropical depression with 45-mile-per-hour gusts, and the storm will become stationary as it dissipates over northeastern Mexico. And looking at these tropical storm warnings, they extend inland in areas like Corpus Christi through Port Lavaca. Taking a look at the key messages for potential tropical cyclone 1, users are reminded not to focus on the exact forecast track of this system. The disturbance is very large with rainfall, coastal flooding, and wind impacts likely to occur far from the center along the coast of Texas and northeastern Mexico. Rainfall associated with potential tropical cyclone 1 will impact large regions of Central America, north across northeastern Mexico, and into South Texas. This rainfall will likely produce considerable flash and urban flooding along with new and renewed river flooding. Life-threatening mudslides or flooding and mudslides are likely in areas of higher terrain across the Mexican states of Coahuila and Nuevo Leon, including the city of Monterrey. Moderate coastal flooding is likely along much of the Texas coast through midweek. Tropical storm conditions are expected to begin tonight or Wednesday along portions of the Texas coast south of San Luis Pass and along portions of the coast of northwestern or northeastern Mexico within the tropical storm warning area. So make sure you're preparing for impacts across central northeast Mexico and southern Texas from potential tropical cyclone 1.
Are you gonna do video?
Doing one now. So taking a look at our rainfall accumulations from the National Hurricane Center, we're looking at a good 8 to 12 inches of rain in the Corpus Christi area from PTC1, and then looking at about 6 to 8 inches of rain across much of the Texas Valley in South Texas, and then in areas like Laredo and Brownsville, we're looking at 4 to 6 inches of rain in the yellow area. In areas of Houston and San Antonio, we're looking at about 2 to 4 inches of rainfall accumulation with potential tropical cyclone 1, and as much as an inch of rain up towards areas like Austin, Texas, through the Big Bend. And across northeastern Mexico, looking at a good 4 to 6 inches of rain, and then in the mountainous areas could be seeing as much as 6 to 16 inches of rain, leading to major catastrophic flooding in northeastern Mexico, and dangerous flooding likely across South Texas as well. So make sure you're taking this flood threat very seriously. Leading into the excessive flooding rainfall outlooks for the next 3 days, we have a moderate risk of flooding in areas like Houston through Corpus Christi, Brownsville, and Laredo, over the next 3 days. A slight risk for San Antonio into West Texas, southwestern Louisiana up through Austin, and a marginal risk of flooding from southeast Louisiana, southwest Mississippi, through west central Texas, even southeastern New Mexico in the dark green. Taking a look at our tropical storm force wind and wind timing and probabilities, tropical storm force winds are going to be likely in northeastern Mexico and arriving along the coast at 2 a.m. Wednesday Central Time, slightly pushing inland Wednesday 8 a.m. Central Time, pushing even more inland Wednesday 2 p.m. Central Time, and then in areas of central Mexico could be seeing tropical storm force winds by 8 p.m. Central Time. And taking a look at our peak storm surge forecast, we're looking at 1 to 3 feet of storm surge from the mouth of the Rio Grande River in Brownsville through areas like Corpus Christi, Port Aransas, Matagorda Bay, through Sargent. Then we're looking at 2 to 4 feet of storm surge for Galveston Bay between Sargent and Sabine Pass, and then 1 to 3 feet of storm surge in areas of southwestern coastal Louisiana between Sabine Pass and Vermilion and Cameron Parish line. So despite being a weak tropical cyclone, this is going to result in major flooding problems across southern Texas and northeastern and central Mexico, and storm surge along the Texas coast. So make sure you're preparing for potential tropical cyclone 1 if you live in and around the storm. Thanks for watching this evening's update. Please stay safe and have a wonderful day, my friends.